guys, JQ Crafty here again with my second June layout process video of my kits that I kill. This is a mood board, Battle of the Mood Boards from Rediscover Your Stash. So we had 2 mood boards we could choose from. We could do bonus and do both, or we could do one or the other. I saw the mood board on the right with the more muted tones and the turquoise and the light pink and the peacock feathers, and I thought immediately of this kit I have in my stash. It is an old October afternoon. Let me see if I can figure out the name of it. This is one I did not have any branding strips. Oh, Woodland Park. Oh, so cute. I love the colors. It's actually quite girly with the colors, but gonna do a layout about my son, and he's laying in his crib, so you really can't tell anyway, and he's a baby. It doesn't matter, but there are some more manly colors in here too. But first of all, what I'm doing is this kit hardly had any big pattern papers left, and I don't know if you watched my first layout of the month, I did a grid. This is kind of another grid. Apparently that's my theme this month. Also doing the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group challenges. I jumped on board with those right away because they were really fun and they really spoke to me. But this is I'm doing another grid is the plan. But right now I'm trying to figure out, because see, I have all these tiny pieces. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use for background to hold. And so I found this cardstock that is very similar to the deep turquoise, deep teal that's in the collection. It's just slightly different, but I kind of like that it's the same tone. It's just slightly darker. So yeah, I really liked it. But this is a lovely, what I'm going to be doing is kind of a focal point where it's a grid of the background. The whole background is a grid in the sense that it's just going to be 4 corners of different pattern papers. And I've seen a couple different other layouts that kind of inspired me. I have one on my Pinterest board that I have been wanting to do for my son's baby book forever. And I decided to kind of twist it a little bit and change it up on how I did it. But I decided, and it was kind of not by choice, but because my papers were kind of, were a little bit different, instead of cutting them so they were perfect squares for this grid, I decided to go with the fact that they were not going to line up, and I kind of liked the off-kilter, the skewed grid again. And if you watched my first process video, this is kind of like a bigger version of that. So I did a smaller grid in the center with a wide border. So now this is like taking that grid and making it bigger. So it's a way to, once again, use a grid, but completely different look to a page. And again, like I have said before, a grid is a really good place to start, and then you just build off there, because the other one, I kept the grid to the center of the page, and I embellished around that. Whereas this, the grid is my background, and so then really you can embellish however you want. So here I'm trying to figure out, I made that one dark blue pattern paper into a banner, which I love that I thought to do that. And I decided I really wanted a little more darkness to it, a little more deep color, and I really liked the green on this side, but I really liked the floral too. So I decided just to flip one of them, and I'm glad I did that. At first I was like, oh, is this going to be too crazy busy? Is this going to be too much? And the page ends up being busy, but I feel like it's busy in a good way. It all goes together. It's all the same collection, so it all coordinates. So in that sense it works, but it's busy. It still hones in on what the page is about, but yet it's really colorful and fun, and I love it. I hope you like it too, the way it turns out. But this is a very old picture of my son sleeping. He is racked out in his crib, and this is honestly just the beginning of the weird sleeping positions we found him in, but his leg is through the bars of his crib. I don't know if you can see that. we did fix it. After we took the picture, we did go fix it and put his leg back through, but he sleeps in the funniest position sometimes, and I can't get over it. But yeah, he was completely racked out, and I love it. It means he's sleeping well, he's healthy. It's a good sign, right? Right. So I finally figured out, I want my picture there in the center. I have this banner. I'm going to have the two other little banners. I saw recently somebody, I think it was Caitlin on Gray Florals, her channel. I think maybe it was somebody had done, I can't remember. It was somebody who I watched recently do a banner, and they put loops in it. And I think Christina from Rediscover Your Stash also has done this, and so I think that's where whoever I saw got it from. Anyway, but added loops in their twine for their banner, and I was like, I love that idea. So I decided to do that, and then use a lot of these chipboard stickers that came with this kit. And once again, these are all old scrap room kits that I have that are all partially done. So yeah, this one had no 12 by 12 papers. It only had some strips of the pattern papers I had left. And then I had a bunch of the chipboard stickers left, some twine, and then this 6 by 12 sheet of label stickers, which I have used some of, but not all. And I actually have quite a few of those left, but I feel like that is something in my stash that can go a long way. So that I'm not too worried about. But yes, so here I am. Yep, I put that banner up with just some of the chipboards, and then I layered a couple down underneath my photo along with that butterfly, and then that made me think, you know what? I'm going to fussy cut a bunch of these butterflies. I do fast forward through this or edit that out so you don't have to watch. Oh, I'm so sorry. So you don't have to watch me fussy cut all the butterflies, but boom, ta-da! Got a bunch of them. And I luckily had only not used a big chunk of the paper, so that I was able to get a bunch of different patterns of the butterflies fussy cut out. Adding one of those label stickers. And I apologize, my first video this month, I didn't realize my tripod had moved, and I didn't get it quite lined up again, apparently, on this one. I'm pretty sure on my third one I have it better. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff gets cut off on the side, I see, but I don't think you miss anything major, which is good. Adding some tiny, tiny glue dots to the center of those butterflies, kind of scattering them towards the right upper corner. I stop here and decide I need to go find my title. Now, I had in my head, I wanted the word dream, and I could have swore I had a wood veneer dream somewhere. On my first layout, I used a hope one, and I could have swore I had one that was a dream, because I have that wood veneer butterfly. I wanted a wood veneer, and I searched and searched and searched for this. You just saw those white thickers. There was a lot of cream base in it. I didn't like it. I almost thought about going with this gold cute, but I was like, no, I know there's a wood dream. And so something else about me that you would learn if you saw the unedited versions of these videos. See, there I found a wish. Not quite. I want dream. I had dream in my head. I wanted that to be this name. So something about me, if I go searching for something, I may or may not get distracted and start reorganizing. So I had to cut out, it was seriously an hour and a half of footage, because I forgot that I left my camera rolling. And here I'm just searching through all my thickers, trying to see if there's a word dream already somewhere, so I didn't have to use, I wanted something pretty, so I didn't have to just use stickers. I ended up finding these stickers, and then I ended up finding that I had some really deep blue ones, and so I used that and spell out dream. But in the middle of trying to find dream, and I thought maybe if if I look through all my other kits, maybe there's one in there. So I sat there and started looking through all my kits, and then I started organizing them because my scrap room is organized, my crafting corner, I should say, is organized to a point. Like certain things are organized. Like my embellishment stickers are organized, kind of. My inks are organized. I don't have as many. My stamps are kind of organized. All my adhesive is in one basket. All of my stickers, like letter stickers, are in one basket. That's organized. Things are slowly getting organized. So I realized when I was looking through all my other full kits, old kits from the scrap room that I had, I started sorting them by more boyish, like easily boy layout, more gender neutral family layout, themed, versus very girly. I just wanted the very girly ones kind of weaned out because I am going to start making layouts for and albums for my two nieces because yay, I finally have girls like in Scrapbook instead of just my husband and me and my son, which is fine, but I wanted them more easier to grab than trying to look through all of them. So it'll be easier to grab when I am going to do a layout on my son. Okay, I know these are not florals and rainbows and butterflies and it's not a ton of that. Yes, this is a very girly layout for a boy, but at the same time, I don't care. But at least this way, I have them sorted at least more girly versus more masculine, if that makes sense. So I digress. I got way off track and started doing that instead of doing what I was doing. And luckily, I came back. I was able to edit it all out, so it all worked out. But I found Dream, lined her up, popped on those butterflies like they're floating away. I love the way this turned out, even though all the patterns is really crazy. I love all the colors, and I love that all the colors kind of represent happiness and dreams and fun. I end up putting my journaling on there that says, I'm sure this is only the beginning of odd sleeping positions. As long as you sleep peacefully and continue to dream, we don't care. And that's exactly it. Like, we have found him. It's kind of our thing to find him. We always look before we go to bed. What position is he? Like, every night, my husband and I look, and there's always some funny ones. But this was kind of the beginning. So that is it. Lots of fun, like little layers, basic grid background that's just slightly off kilter, which gives it some interest. Yeah, it's a little crazy with all the pattern papers, but I love it. Had to add one last little label in there. And yeah, there we go. I decided, oh yeah, I forgot. I've decided that, so I'd gone to Joann's, even though it's spending freeze month. I totally forgot. Well, I didn't really forget. I got to Joann's and there were like tons of coupons over the last weekend. And I love this Miss Sparkle and Co. It's cheap stuff, but sometimes I find some really fun stuff in there. And they had all these little mini ink pads sets. They don't have names, but they're little sets. And I thought, you know what? There's a bright green that matches this, and there's a pale pink. How fun would it be to kind of just water it down a little bit and splatter a little bit amongst the butterflies toward, upward. So I decided to do that. And in the end, it's not that it was a waste. The pink was a waste. You cannot see the pink whatsoever. I don't know if it's the type of inks they are or what, but can't see the pinks. The green you can. The green you can see, and I kind of like that there is some splatter of green. It's barely noticeable when you're looking pretty far. I mean, but it adds a little bit to that white floral section up there, and the green adds a little bit. So I got my mat out, and you'll see here, it's kind of, I don't know why I even kept this in the video. Maybe just because I was like, it's me trying something. Cover up my picture. So yeah, I opened this pale pink and this green, and I figured I'm just going to put it on my craft mat here, and then I'll spritz it, and then I'll splatter it. Well, like I said, they're on the lower end of things, but it's fun little things that I was like, I've never and the pad of ink came out. Yep, and that darn cat. But I still went for it. I don't know if the pink is just so pale that when I watered it down, it was like nothing. It like disappeared. Do you see that? Like my paintbrush like just soaked it up. The green didn't. And the green did splatter a little bit when I look really close. I wonder if on the close-up pictures you would see it. The green, you can see. The pink is nowhere to be found. The pink was kind of a waste of time. There's a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it really did much. I don't know if you guys ever do stuff on your layouts and you're like, was that really worth it? Did that add anything to it? This was one of those times. I don't know if it was worth it. I think if I would have done acrylic paint, it would have been better than ink, obviously, because then it would have been thicker and more dense color. But, I tried. Anywho, this is my beautiful, colorful dream layout. And I hope you like it. I've got stills coming up. Oh, more cat. She just really would not go away. My cat loves me more than she should. And she just always wants to just be here in my space when I'm working in my craft room. She has a little window she can perch up on and she doesn't do it. So, yeah. All right. Adding my journaling. I don't know if I have much more to say about this. It was pretty straightforward. It was really fun to cut out the butterflies and scatter them all, and the girliest layout I probably have ever done for my son, and I love it, and I can get away with it because he's just a baby and it's about him laying in his crib. So yeah, here she's going to make herself comfy and put her tail in my way. Anywho, here come the stills. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and hopefully, I know I have more to come. Hopefully I have a lot more to come. Thanks. Bye.